Coming up on tonight's edition of the County Line, we tell you how you can take advantage of this spring season in Lawrence County.
Also coming up in tonight's show, we take you to the Newcastle Public Library to show you how they are serving the community.
Stay tuned.
The County Line begins now.
Good evening and welcome to the County Line. I'm Bradford Eric.
Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Pat Silvis. The Bluebird is making a comeback in Plain Grove Township in Lawrence County, where a pair of dairy farmers spend their time making critters feel at home. Richard and Blanche Kind have lived in the area for years and both agree they need more than farming in their lives. So they took to building and setting up houses for the birds along their fence line. The bluebird population had declined in recent decades. Experts blame old pesticides. But at the Grassy Crest Farm, Richard and Blanche say the birds are thriving. They have dozens of bluebird houses. For nearly a decade, the couple has tracked houses, counted eggs, and kept an eye out for baby bluebirds. The County Line's Drew Trifolis shows us how this colorful couple turned a bird-watching hobby into a quiet environmental crusade.
And the mother was in there when we came. Oh.
Dairy farmers Richard and Blanche Kind have watched bluebirds for over 6 years.
I don't think there's anything. No, this is empty. But see, every fall, I come and clean it out and make sure that all the old debris is out. And then every spring, you clean it out again.
They like having them around so much that they've made a hobby of building and setting houses up along their fence line.
One of my hobbies is working in the wood shop, and one of the things that we've been doing is building some bluebird houses. Bluebirds don't care if you have new lumber or not.
While Richard assembles the houses, Blanche keeps track and maintains the finished products.
Yeah, I keep a spreadsheet. Number one, and then if I check them on a certain date, I mark it down and what, nest, 2 eggs, and then 2 weeks later, 4 eggs, and 2 weeks later, 4 babies, and,
The average adult bluebird weighs only about 1 ounce. They're about the size of a teacup.
The birds are great to look at, but having them around has other benefits.
One of the reasons that we like them so well is because of the insects that the birds eat,
That they're insect eaters and that they're a beautiful bird. There we go. Okay, that is a sparrow nest. See how messy it is? That is a sparrow nest. And you want to take it out. Because they have lots of places in trees and in the woods that they can build. And this Mrs. Sparrow can just go over and find herself someplace else because we want Mrs. Bluebird in here.
With help from the Kinds, the birds are back.
They have made a comeback. That's the most important thing. They have made a comeback.
In Plain Grove Township, for the County Line, I'm Drew Trifolis.
Westminster College recently hosted the Tri Beta District Convention. The convention culminated with a keynote address by Assistant Professor of Biology, Dr. Carrie Cornell-Dewar. Her research, titled Responses of Bird Populations to Human-Altered Landscapes, focused on her work with eastern bluebirds and black-throated blue warblers. I caught up with her after the address and asked her what types of birds make their home right here in Lawrence County.
Lots of different birds in our area. We have lots of different agricultural fields here and forest plots as well, so there's a variety of birds that you can see, ranging from things like black-capped chickadees that nest in trees. You could see bluebirds that like forest field edges. You can see lots of different grassland birds, all kinds of different sparrows, as well as things like raptors, so hawks, sharp-shinned hawks that may actually snatch a bird off of your feeder in your backyard once in a while.
Could you explain for us a little bit maybe how, since this is largely an agricultural area, kind of are birds important to agriculture here? Do they have an impact on it?
Not so much that they have an impact on agriculture, but that agriculture may have an impact on them. So grassland birds in particular are some of the species in North America that are experiencing some of the most severe declines. And so they like to nest in hayfields. So for example, if we can mow our hayfields at certain times of the year to allow those grassland birds to breed, then we're doing them a favor.
Adam Plyler.
The annual trout season begins on Saturday, April 16th in western Pennsylvania. Anglers from around the state will bring in trout 7 inches and up. The season starts at 8 a.m. Anglers should consult the summary of PA fishing laws and regulations for more details on rules and limits for fishing in Pennsylvania. A reminder that all licenses, stamps, and permits must be signed in ink and displayed on an outer garment.
Looking to try rock climbing for the first time? Venture Outdoors is hosting a rock climbing event at McConnell's Mills State Park on Saturday, April 30th. The organization provides instruction and equipment. All they ask is you bring confidence and courage. Only those 13 and older may participate. The event begins at 9 a.m. and costs $60.
Members of the Shenango Volunteer Fire Department will host a spring craft show on April 2nd at the VFD Fire Hall. The event runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is free, and vendors can purchase 8 feet of table space for $15. The event benefits the Shenango Volunteer Fire Department. For more information, call 724-652-4646. Coming up next on tonight's edition of the County Line, we introduce you to the Newcastle Public Library's new furry friend.
Stay tuned for more from the County Line.
One day these rats were playing in the woods. One with some matches and that's no good. Listen to smoke before you give it a try. Only you. Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire. Cause there's nothing very funny about Rink, nothing very nice on a homeless mind. So if a gorgeous force is what you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Fire.
The Newcastle Public Library houses a massive collection of books, DVDs, and newspapers from the area. The library staff all walked on 2 legs before their most recent employee wandered in through the door one day. Since that time, Stax has become somewhat of a local celebrity and the face of the Newcastle Public Library. I wanted to see if the stories about this cat were true, so I recently visited the library to investigate. Let's take a look at this friendly feline librarian. So you're in search of a book, maybe the latest DVD, today's newspaper, or maybe you want to use the internet. You walk through the double sliding glass doors of the Newcastle Public Library, and you're greeted by a friendly furry face? That's right, Stax the library cat is the newest employee at the Newcastle Public Library. His position? Greeter. This is Stax, and his humble home is the Newcastle Public Library. Stax is quite loved by many.
Everybody loves them when they come in. Everybody sees them and they smile. They say, "You have a library cat," and they smile and they laugh. And
Recently, Stax found his way to the library and refused to leave.
he walked through the doors one August. Yeah, he walked in. We put him back outside. He just kept walking back in. So just figured he wanted to stay here.
He makes working at the library very interesting, and he even has his own daily schedule and job.
During the day, when we first open up, he runs around. He mainly stays down here on the first floor. You know, he has the run of the first floor down here. And then in the afternoon, he kind of takes his break. But he likes it when the kids come in for story time. He knows. He goes over there. He waits by the stairs for them to come in and see him. And just he goes over and he greets people. So that's mainly what he does. He walks around. He likes to sit on the window sills. Likes to go out and play by our Christmas tree. Stuff like that, yeah.
Stack's name came easy to the employees as he was always found among the books. Many patrons of the library enjoy having the furry feline around.
And I think it's a good idea to have that little cat here. That's my opinion. Because I love animals.
So if you're looking for a cozy place to read and relax, or a new friend, head to the Newcastle Public Library. You can visit Stack's at the library on Monday from 2 to 8:30 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., Friday 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
The Newcastle Public Library subscribes to a program which allows members to download 3 songs a week. Freegal is a free service for library card holders in good standing. We spoke with Julie McCagey at the library about the program.
This gives patrons a chance to get free music that's legal, and it allows the library to have access to hundreds of thousands of songs from all the Sony market products.
The Newcastle Public Library offers children's story time each week in April. The toddler story time occurs on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., and the preschool story time occurs Thursdays at 10 a.m. Topics include spring weather, baby animals, and also feature finger and hand activities. Children for these story times should be able to sit attentively. Mother Goose story time continues on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. for children and their caregivers.
Want to volunteer your time reading to children? The library's junior department is preparing its summer reading program. This year's theme is One World, Many Stories. The program will last for 7 weeks. To sign up, head to the junior department at the Newcastle Public Library.
Want to read the newest bestseller without the wait? The library is now accepting monetary donations to purchase titles from a pre-selected list. The library will order the selected titles once payment is received, and your name will be the first on the reading list. Your generous donation will be tax deductible. For more information, contact the Newcastle Public Library. Stick around for all the latest from the world of area athletics.
Titantown Sports is up next. There's more County Line coming your way.
The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success the Westminster way.
Hi, I'm Dan McDevitt, a father, a husband, Army retiree, and a student at Westminster College. It was nice finding a college so close to home with high academics, was going to put me in the job market right after graduation. If I was to tell another adult student why to come to Westminster, I'd tell them for the academics, the one-on-one personalization they'll get with their instructor, the small classroom experience. I know with this college degree, it's going to open a lot of doors for me. My kids are supportive of me going back to college. When I get good grades, they're all happy. They're like, way to go, Dad.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Titantown Sports. I'm Marshall Capelli.
And I'm Ryan Johnston. The Westminster Titan football team has started their yearly spring ball practices. They are looking to improve on last year's 2-8 overall record. For the returning members of the team, this is a chance to improve fundamentally and physically on different aspects of the game before the start of training camp. In the 16 practices allowed by the NCAA, the Titans condition and do all the drills they normally do in the regular season, except they won't be wearing pads.
The Titans baseball team has completed their yearly spring break trip to Fort Pierce, Florida, where they compiled a perfect 10-0 record. Newcomer and freshman landed his arm for a team win was freshman Ron Sullivan. The left-handed pitcher gave up only 3 hits in 11 innings. This performance leads the nation with hits per 9 innings. The team started off their season against Delaware Valley by sweeping a doubleheader. Their next game, they took on the Wreckers of Camden, winning 6-4. Then came a rout of Hilbert College with the Titans winning 13-3, and then the Titans won 3 more doubleheaders against Mount St. Vincent, Franciscan, and Sentieri, with the Titans sweeping all 3. The 10-0 start is the best the Titans have had since the 1995 season, which until now was the best start in school history.
The Lady Titans softball team also took a spring break trip traveling to Kissimmee, Florida. The Lady Titans did not fare as well as the baseball team, going 3-7. Their 3 wins came against St. Norbert, Keene University, and McDaniel College. 2 standouts for the Titans are Deandra DeBalco and Chelsea Brown. Deandra leads the team in batting average with a .419 average overall. Chelsea won 2 of the team's 3 victories, logging 10 strikeouts in her game against St. Norbert's.
Head coach Paul Malley Jr. looks to set the Newcastle Hurricane baseball program back on track this year. Last year, the team fell in the state rankings to 297th overall with a record of 12 wins and 9 losses. The Red Hurricanes lost 6 seniors last season, including standout Jordan Izzo, who now plays for the Titans.
At Neshannock High School, there is a debate whether or not to keep the girls' soccer team. The school offered sign-ups, but only roughly a dozen girls signed up. In a letter to the parents on the school's website, the superintendent, Dr. Mary S. Tudor, states that you cannot have a team with only a dozen girls, considering some get injured and some quit. She also states that the decision was for the safety of the students. The school says it will offer a co-ed soccer program.
The Westminster track and field team is off to a great start to their season thus far. In their first 2 meets, they have won 24 events and set 2 school records. Bridget McRae set a school record in the javelin, throwing 35.95 meters. A school record was set by junior Jennifer Kruger in the 5,000-meter run with a time of 18 minutes and 47 seconds. All right, sports fans, we have a Titan extra point question for you to think about during our break.
What Westminster Titan men's track athlete holds the fastest time in the 400-meter hurdles?
The answer when we come back.
The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success the Westminster way.
The answer to our question is Westminster's own alumni and track coach, Tim McNeil, who in 1994 ran the 400-meter hurdles in 53.8 seconds.
Many sports teams have their own traditions and rituals. The Westminster Titan baseball team is no exception as they have their own tradition. Each year, while they make a long bus ride for their spring break trip, the freshman players participate in a singing contest.
Titantown Sports' own Liam Hafferty and Ethan Yeager captured some of the new talent.
The Titan baseball team is off to one of the best starts in school history. You may get to see the Titans display their talents on the diamond, but it is a rare occurrence to see the Titans battle it out with their voices. In the annual Freshman Idol, newcomers to the team sing some karaoke classics. Let's hear what went down in this year's edition.
That's when I realized I'm not a girl.
A little more into it, buddy.
Not yet a woman. Touching you. Gonna let it all hang out. Gonna make some noise.
Every man wants to be a macho man. Have the kind of body. Oh,
Feel that feeling, but sexual feeling. So deep. Let me. Mr. Young sing about her, and I heard O'Neal put her down.
The winner of the 2011 Freshman Idol was catcher Dave Schaefer. I'm Liam Halferty for the County Line.
The NCAA Division III Swimming and Diving Championships were held in Knoxville, Tennessee. Westminster's own Courtney Hart and Caitlin Layberger both placed in the top 5 in the country in the 200-meter breaststroke. Courtney took second place and Caitlin took fifth. Masha Capelli is with Courtney to talk about her second place finish at the National Championships.
Hello everyone, joining me today we have a two-time national qualifier, this year's national runner-up, and a two-time All-American, the 200 and 100 breaststroke, and a first-team All-Pac swimmer, Courtney Hurt. Courtney, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. You were just named Sac Titan Athlete of the Week for your performance in nationals. You were runner-up this year, and you were also Westminster's 12th All-American women's swimming and diving. How does it feel?
It's pretty exciting. I never thought that something like this would happen, but I'm really glad it did. Being, like 12th person ever is obviously an accomplishment, so I'm pretty excited about it.
That's great. Now, last year you went to nationals to place 13th with a time of 2 minutes and 21 seconds. This year you were able to shave off 4 seconds off that time, which probably doesn't seem like a lot, but in the swim world, that's actually a pretty big deal. What would you attribute to your success this year and being able to shave off that time?
I think just being really dedicated, working extra hard over the summer is definitely key, and then just putting everything you have into every practice and just working really hard and trying to make sure like every little thing, like eating and everything is just right.
Mm-hmm. All right. And also your time in the 200 breaststroke that you set at nationals is also a school record. How does it feel to have your name up on that wall in the natatorium for at least the foreseeable future?
It's really exciting, actually. I set the pool records at the last dual meet, so I was like pretty excited about that, but never in a million years did I think that I'd be on the school side. So to be able to see my name up there is pretty exciting, I'd have to say.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You were also not the only Titan to go to nationals this year. Junior Caitlin Layberger was there as well. Was it nice having a teammate there to share your success, and what was the benefit of having a teammate there to root you on and everything?
Well, Caitlin and I both swim the same events, so we kind of relate to each other a lot, and we've kind of been like, paired up the whole year, just anything when it comes to like stroke practices, stuff like that. So we've kind of been through a lot anyway, so we got to, talk about things and not having to be the only person there, because it's you and like obviously her and then the two coaches, so it kind of also helps ease the mood a little bit too, I'd have to say. So I think it's definitely would be really lonely with one person, so it was really nice having both of us there.
That's cool. Now the Titan women's and swimming and diving team came in third this year at PAX. You had success at many meets this year. How do you think the women's team did overall this year?
Although it didn't show it, obviously because we got third, I'd have to say that the women's team did really well this year. Everybody kind of pulled their own, and everybody dropped a lot of time, did some awesome swims. So although it might not have showed it, I think that, if you were to watch like us swim or even look at how people have progressed through the year, I think like that's impressive alone, even if it doesn't represent it based on how we did at PAX.
Mm-hmm. Now you just beat out Caitlin in the 200 breaststroke this year, setting a new Grove City pool, pack meet, and Grove City Invitational event record as well. How does it feel finishing your year out in PAX, your senior year, on top like that?
Well, we kind of both knew that we would beat the record, so it was just like whoever got to the wall first. We both swam really good races, did some good times, so it just happened to be me that touched the wall first. So, I mean, I'm really excited about it, but I know like she obviously did a really good job too. So, I can't wait to see next year if she beats it at PAX, because I obviously won't be here to race her. So I'm going to go to the meet and see what happens.
Okay. Well, thank you, Courtney, for coming out today.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on your successful
Thank
season
you.
too. I'd like to, on behalf of Ryan Johnston and Marsha Capelli, sign off for Tiny Town Sports, but don't touch that remote. Moore County Line is up next.
Wow, me too. Gosh, it's such a small world. Oh, I feel like I've told you so much about me.
What about you? What do you do all day?
I mean,
I like to go rollerblading in the park for hours.
is that something you might be interested in?
Oh, and how do you feel about the whole collar and leash thing?
A dog is a long-term relationship, so before you start one, do your research.
The American Kennel Club has some suggestions. Log on to our website, visit the library, talk to a responsible breeder, attend a dog show.
I hope I'm not being too personal, but I love kids. Do you? I absolutely adore your hair. Who doesn't?
Know what you need to choose the breed. A message from the American Kennel Club.
Hey Bradford, I hear you like the Pens.
I am a huge fan of the Penguins, Pat. I hear they have some impact on local hockey players.
Yes, in fact, the Pittsburgh team helps sponsors a group of young local talent at Hess Ice Rink. The rink also serves as a venue for skating enthusiasts and new skaters. I chilled out at the rink alongside the County Line's Forrest Mintier. For this week's edition of On the Road, we traveled to one of Lawrence County's coldest attractions, Hess Ice Rink. Hess is located in the Pearson Park Plaza in Neshannock Township. Anyone can skate at the rink, be they new or experienced. Management coordinator Tina Root says weekends are packed with plenty of customers.
Friday nights are extremely busy. We're maxed out on Friday nights. Saturday nights are picking up, and we have the kids skate on Tuesdays, and I'm surprised every week how many new people are here that have never skated. It's surprising.
Hess is used for more than just recreational skatings. It's also the local hot spot, or should I say cold spot, for ice hockey. Management coordinator Teresa Audia says a very special group of youngsters, sponsored by everyone's favorite Pittsburgh team, plays at the rink.
In about an hour, we'll have about 150 people here with 44 Little Penguin skaters, where the Penguin hockey team actually supports, buys all their equipment, and pays for the ice and the coaches, and helps build the young person's hockey experience.
The Little Penguins aren't the only team to play at Hess. Numerous other squads battle it out in adult and youth leagues, including Westminster's own unofficial hockey team. My intrepid partner decided to pull on the skates and brave the ice. You've got this, buddy. Let's go. Ready? Talk about graceful.
On the road, on ice.
If you'd like to have your business or attraction showcased during our On the Road segment, simply contact us at the On the Road email on your screen.
Develop strong bones for a lifetime with the Hope Osteoporosis Prevention and Education Lifestyle Improvement Program. The idea behind this course is to make healthy choices to improve bone health and prevent or manage the disease. The program runs until April 8th. Call 724-656-4270 for more information.
And that's all for tonight's edition of the County Line. Be sure to check WCN247.com for all your latest campus and community updates.
Thanks for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you back here next week for more from the County Line. Good night.
Good night.